I did something today. I went ahead and got new tires for the 510.
A little bit all over the place in this episode. I'll go ahead and explain a little bit more in a bit.
But before I put it on, I'm going to go ahead and clean up. So that one's already been cleaned at some point in time, but these ones, the inside is just sort of trashed out. So I'm going to go ahead and give them a good wash, flip them over, and wash the other side. Oh, and I also got the stuff to repair the front brakes.
The heads up, I'm going to use a little bit heavier background music. Tell me what you think. I think it might be a little bit too much for what I normally do. Wheel cleaning is probably a little self-explanatory. Use a bristle brush, use some cleaner, scrub, rinse, repeat. In this video though, we're going to talk about a lot of different things. I am going to actually rebuild the brake hardware for the front calipers. And then, once I get done with that, I go ahead and sand down and paint a steering wheel that I will install in the car. First, I get absolutely positively filthy using this power washer and washing the wheels in this car. You can see that simple green right there as I scrub it all out. But the inside is looking much, much better. Switching to a wire brush also sped this process up and cleaned out the backside of the wheels much better. If I were to do this all again, I would have cleaned these wheels prior to getting new tires because they are balanced, but now I'm cleaning the back of them, so the balance is probably not nearly as good as it could have been. I went with Hankook Vintage version 2 concepts for these. They were a super great deal via Sam's Club. I actually ended up getting a Sam's Club membership just to purchase these tires. But they've been going really well. One thing that I like about these over the previous tires I had is that they have more sidewall, which acts as a little bit of additional suspension to help as I'm driving to and from work every day. As a daily driver, I do find that really important. Once I got the back of the wheels cleaned, I did go ahead and do a little bit of light wet sanding on the front of the wheels and on the lips, just to make them look a little bit nicer. And I think this turned out really well. Tell me what you guys think down in the comments below. Also, if you're not subscribed, go ahead and think about subscribing. And go ahead and hit that notification bell. I'm going to be a little bit hit or miss on videos for the next coming months, but there are some big things happening. One of my favorite YouTubers, it's not really a car guy, when he gets to the end of his little projects, he says, and now on to the glamour shots. I am very happy with the way these wheels turned out, and it has been about 6 months since I got these tires on, and they've been doing great the entire time. And in the next part of the video, I'm going to go ahead and fix the front brakes that, because I didn't assemble them properly, ended up breaking, all because I forgot to put in a cotter key. Way to go, Aaron. Way to go.
So at the end of one video, I said, cut to what I said. I've got to get some cotter keys to finish off some of these. Well, I never went and put those cotter keys on. So I lost this piece, this, and this from the passenger side of the car. How do I recreate this? Because, well, I'll be honest, there's not a whole bunch of random stuff like this available. So, let's go ahead and first figure out what to do about this. Okay, alright, I have a bolt that has approximately the same size, length of threads, etc. Oh, but this piece slides onto this like so. Okay, well, what if I get a collar? It's a little too big. That's fine because I'm going to be making my own hole in the other piece that I'll be making of this, so that'll work. Okay, now I've got this replicated. Now what? Okay, well, I need to figure out some sort of a spring. Okay, well, I just happen to have some random springs. This one will go on, and I can just cut this down to length. Okay, alright. So, got that done. Now I need to make a new one of these. If you go out and find angle iron pieces, well, they look almost identical. It's not quite the same, but it's just that this angle iron piece doesn't fold this way as much as this one does. But other than that, pretty identical. And so if I go like that, I can then mark out where I need to cut. Oh, and I need to drill a hole here in this bolt. So I'll carefully do that as well. That's probably my part that I'm the most worried about. We'll see how that goes. And I got a castle nut, so I've got that too. Oh, and some washers, and another washer. Man, that stinking hole was not easy and was very frustrating. I couldn't find a smaller drill bit for a very long time, but I finally found one. If anyone ever tells you that you should sharpen your drill bits or that you should have sharp drill bits, they aren't wrong, and you should listen to them. Okay, so here we go. We got the new piece here. This hole is a little larger than this hole, but that's to account for this piece right here. So, done. There is the there, that, and that. Okay, so that's this. Looking at this one, and I did break the other one in my frustration, but there we go. Okay, so now hopefully we can get it put back on the car and get everything tightened up. And guess what this time I'll do? I'm gonna put a cotter key in it. Unlike last time when I said, don't forget to put a cotter key in it, and then I forgot because months went by. Let's move over to the car. Okie dokie. As you see, we have cotter keys there in that one, and rolling around the side of the car, we have a cotter key there. Right there. So, that means that these tires are ready to go back on. How cool are those tires though? Look how nice they look. Okay, let's get it back on the car.
I noticed I needed a battery holder, so I went ahead and bent one out of a chunk of aluminum. And then I went ahead and cut in a couple relief slots to allow it to slide in between the raised portions of my battery. And has kept the battery in place for the last 6 months. You know, I also need a spare tire cover, so let's go ahead and draw one of those up. I've got some MDF laying around, so I went ahead and cut that out using my jigsaw. And once I did that, went ahead and cut a couple holes there for a handle.
So this is a Z steering wheel. I've already removed all the old paint off of it as best I can, not necessarily caring as much about the sides and the backs of these spokes, but the goal here is to make a nicer steering wheel for the 510. I've had this steering wheel for quite a while, and I put masking tape on it and then let it sit in a box for a very long time. So we're going to try to clean up the wood. After we clean up the wood as well, we'll then use some Bondo to sort of fill in some of these cracks, or not cracks, but like pitting, etc. Give it a nice sanding, and then we will go ahead and install this in the 510. I think this is a much nicer looking horn, more period correct, and it's a bigger diameter, which means easier to steer. But let's go ahead and get to it. Like I said, I already took all the paint off of it with just a angle grinder with a wire wheel on it to try to get as much of that off, although I will have to still come in and sort of get a little bit more of that done. But first things first, I'm going to take off all of this tape, and then I'm going to wipe it down with acetone and see what we're working with.
So rather than using Bondo, I went ahead and used the finger sander to get rid of most of the pits inside of the spokes of the steering wheel. I also used just normal sandpaper to try and clean up some of the outside of the steering wheel, which you can see me doing right now. All in all, I'm very happy with the way this turned out. One of the things that I wish I would have done when I first put this steering wheel away so many years ago is I wish I wouldn't have left the tape on it. The adhesive on the tape actually soaked into the wood and caused a slight discoloration where that was at. So I had to fight that on the steering wheel in several different instances. Even when I cleaned it up, I still noticed a slight discoloration there around the spokes where that tape was at.
So I went ahead and let the paint dry, and then I sanded it just one more time, just with the light sandpaper, just to get some of the overspray off. And now I am putting the wheel on the car. The horn button even works the way it's situated, and I think this looks very nice. I'm very excited. Alright. Thanks for watching. Oh, I did not restain or do anything like that to this. I sort of like the weathered lighter look, and so that's why I did it this way. Anyway, if you like what you see, hey man, or lady, go ahead and comment, like, subscribe, and tune in next time when I do something else on this car, or maybe on the Z, or maybe on the Figaro. It's a good life. Stay stuck in, and good luck on your project too. Let me know what you're working on down in the comments. Bye.